So, welcome to a new video. It's been 3 months that I have an Python 100 days of code. I mean, the complete Python Pro Bootcamp certificate. I'm gonna first download the Python environment, Tony, and there's Python, which is better, but I prefer Tony for learning Python, which will allow us to write entire code without giving us any hints, but it will give us, provide a good, I mean, go kind of stuff like this. You can see that. I mean, this is debugging, right? Step by step process. This will show how things were running, how things were going. So I guess this is good to learn. I've been installing that one. So you can consider this video as an installing process of Tony as well. So this video is for day 1 of Python. I'm gonna put everything that I have learned from that course of day 1 into this entire video. So I mean, if you're watching this video, I guess you need some patience. I don't think this is video for a new learner or a beginner. I guess this is a good video for a revisioner who is good at Python but who wanted to just see the or watch the content or concepts. In this video we're gonna talk about a few concepts. I mean, after all, this is just a beginning. After all, this is the first day, right? So day 1 goal is to, at least learn few, introduction to Python like that. First one is gonna be, we can run the Python in Visual Studio, PyCharm, and Tony, and online compilers, and so many. So many environments out there. You can download which one you want. So in this case, I'm preferring the Tony and guess auditorium, or let's go auditorium Python. Mm, yep, there's an Android of Python code. I've actually enrolled that, right? So I've got an access. So day 1, first chapter is about the printing. I'll just reset it. Mm, 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 mm. There isn't any errors. Looks like I cannot reset the code. Mm, stop. So in order to print a statement, we got to use a print keyword and a set of parentheses. Inside that parentheses, we're gonna use the double quote to print out the a string. So this is how we print a string inside, in the what is called in the Python environment. Whatever. Oh, this should taking a long time. I don't think it will install at this time, so I'll just run and do. So guess this is done. Finish. And those were all finished a long time ago. So
Let's go through the solution together. In the first
she provided audio to understand the concepts. I mean, she told us. Hmm. So finally, somehow, this one installed, and I'll just decrease the system sound. So okay, mm, there's that one. So press this thing and press next, click next, and create a desktop icon. You don't need if you don't want to, and click install. That will do. So our second, I mean second lesson, lesson 2, day 1, which is debugging practice. So which is something you gotta, if there's any mistakes, you gotta solve them. Here there's any option which says something like how to debug, print day 1 string manipulation, just run day 1 string manipulation. Next, okay, next. Mm, mm, I've already finished these exercises. There isn't any option which says something like reset this. So this is such a drag. So finally our Tony has been successfully installed, and where's the Tony? Here's the Tony. I'll open. Let's go. So first thing first, I'm go to the videos, and there's an Angela course, which one's for front end, back end, and Angela course. I create a new folder which says Python 100 days revision, which is good. And inside folder name, uh, which is day 1. So this is cool, right? The when folder, and go to the videos and Angela course Python 100 days, and this one. Oh, looks like we got open folder. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Oh my god. Python folder. Alright. Oh, this is a drag again. Mm, open folder. What shit? Mm, there isn't any. There isn't an option. Maybe this one only accept a Python file. Here's recent file. Hmm. I'll go to the folder and inside that I'll create a new text document. Okay. First I'm going to write something like print that is a good boy. Hmm. I'll save it. I'll save it inside Angela codes, Python, Day-1. It says only for print.py. Okay, this one print.py and to run it we got to press F5 on this one. Here you go. This is output we're getting. I mean, oh, okay. So here's a debug. We're gonna use to debug this one and F7 to step one step at a time. Okay, and step. Now we're inside the parenthesis, and here it's reading the string, and it's saying that we got to print out the thing that's inside the parenthesis, and that will print it. So none. There's none to print. So everything's fine. So this is how it will debug, and if you wanted a string which gives quotations. I mean quotations which does have quotes which does have quotes. Oh my bad. I don't know how to say that. Something like mm, failures, failures are the stepping stones to success. So this is a string, right? I just wanted to get a quotes to the to the output. To do that, what you got to do is to give something like this. If you want a single quotes, you got to give it like this, and here's the single quotes. If you want to get a double quote, then you got to do this. So you got double quotes now. So in Python, you can to represent a string in the parentheses, you can use single quotes and double quotes as well. So that's the point that I wanted to tell you. I mean, in this concept. So next thing is debugging. As I have already told you, one step at a time and checking the process and something like that. I mean, whenever you get stuck, you can also, use this to what is debugging in Python. So Python comes with a built-in debugger called PTP. It allows us to pause and execute of your Python code, inspect variables, and step through your code line by line to find and fix issues. So this is a debugger. If there's any error, it will tell us. So I'll just remove it. So and I will use debug one step at a time. Print and look at the quotations, and here's the output. So there isn't any error. Okay, what if I remove this one? So I'll use debugger and you have already seen that it was saying that in, you know, showing the input in, I mean, whatever code in different color, which represents that there is an error. So that's why it's showing that way. You need to understand that there's an error, so that's why it's showing like that. If there isn't any error, this will show like that. So if I remove this one, so this will show like this, so there's an error. So that's how you see whether there was an error or not. So that's all about the debugger. And next thing I wanted to tell you is about Python input function. To get the input from a user, we're gonna use a key, I mean new keyword such as input and set of parentheses. Here inside the parentheses, I mean something like whenever I enter, it will, give a cursor and telling us to enter an input, something like I'll enter, and code is finished. So here you can give a query or the question to user to enter something like enter your name. So here you can enter Ajay. So this is the input function. We're going to use input keyword and set of parentheses. Inside you can give a question with double quotes string. So that's all about input string. I hope you understand. Input function is done. So next thing is Python variables. So what is Python variables? I hope you guys have already know about what are the variables. Variables are the things which stores the data. I mean, something like variables are temporary after all. I mean, those were not from the database. So, but there are some rules to naming a variables, which is I'm gonna show. I hope you guys have already know. I mean, variable naming. You cannot give a keywords, I mean Python built-in keywords names, and you cannot use spaces, and you cannot start with the number, and you cannot use a special symbols except underscore. And let me show you python python variables. Variables containers for storing data values. So that's it. Creating a variable, Python has no command for declaring a variable. Okay, whatever. I hope you understand what is about variable. So let's discuss about it with an example. Here you can see you already enter your name and sorry. I give a query to the user to enter his name, and I'm gonna store the data that's been entered by the user into a variable name is going to be name. So the data is entered by the user is going to be stored inside the name variable. So that is it. So I wanted to print the name that's been entered by the user. I mean, you can use something like your name is oh name. So this will print, what I have done is I've used what is called Python concatenation, which will allow a user to concatenate two strings. So let me show you how does it done with using debugging. Or first I will debugging is best. So let's see one step at a time. Enter. Looks like this isn't. Go. step step by step input. Enter your name, and enter your name is gonna be mm, Acha. Allow myself more than anything, and enter. And next up is gonna be, it'll store that Ajay into the variable name, and step into this one and print your name. Your name is a string, and it's gonna be and name concatenate with name is Ajay, name Ajay, and those were concatenated into a single string, that is your name is Ajay, and that's gonna be printed. That's it. I hope you understand both concatenation and variable naming in a single step, single example. So that's it. There's you know you can also give something like age is gonna be input. Uh, you just enter your name. Sorry, age. Mm, So your name is name, and you are you are age. Cool, right? And now I'll give a girl name called no, no, uh, Sunny. Her age is 23, 24. Okay, your name is Sunny and your age is 24. So this is a new thing that I have to. This is like an exercise though. So variable naming is done, and that's it. I mean, that's it for today, guys. So our day 1 is successfully done. I mean, it is pretty easy, and I know this is very, very simple, but it'll take some time to, consume and consume the concept that I have told you to the beginners. It will take time to the beginners to understand the things that we have. I mean, as a beginner, and when I was a beginner, I thought this is so much, and I thought it's simple. Maybe first day, maybe simple. Whatever, I may be speaking nonsense right now, but I really appreciate your attention. So this is day 2. Day 1. So I'm gonna I'm gonna do day 2 tomorrow. I guess tomorrow is already done. Not done. Game, and that's it for today. And not today, maybe. That's it for in this. That's it for today. This video, day 1. So I'll see you in the next video.